Joseph ji.
Namaskar and good morning to all of you. I request the dignitaries in the inaugural session to come on the dais. Sri B. J. Mohanji is an eminent Tamil writer who will give an inaugural address, please. And also Sri Goreti Venkana Garu is an eminent Telugu writer. He's a guest of honor this morning. Respected Dr. Manoj Das ji, eminent writer and fellow, Sahitya Academy. Sri B. J. Mohan ji, distinguished Tamil writer and scholar. Sri Goreti Venkana ji, eminent Telugu writer. All the participants of Yuva Sahiti and friends. I am glad to welcome all of you for this edition of Yuva Sahiti. I would also like to welcome Professor Jayant Nadlikar ji. Please come, sir. Friends, strong and intelligent young people are assets of any civilization. Youth provides much needed energy, creativity and freshness in all the endeavors of the country. They are the seeds of which future bliss is based upon. Young people are the assets of which many citadels of future can be constructed. As Swami Vivekananda once wrote, supreme value of youth period is incalculable and indescribable. Youth life is the most precious life. Youth is the best time. Sahitya Academy, right from the inception, has been alive to the need to promote young writers. Apart from Yuva Puraskar, Sahitya Academy has been established a number of platforms such as Yuva Sahiti to showcase their talents and schemes like Navodaya, where a young writer can get Sahitya Academy to publish his or her first work in any of the Indian languages. Sahitya Academy not merely encourages young writers but also arranges for meets with the eminent and distinguished writers and scholars in different languages. For example, for today's event, we have invited Sri B. J. Mohan and Sri Goreti Venkana, apart from Professor Manoj Das, who is the fellow of Sahitya Academy. I appeal to all the young writers participating in this event to interact with these great writers and learn as much as you can. Sri B. J. Mohan is one of the most distinguished critics of modern Indian literature. The range and depth of his writings are staggering. He has got over 50 works to his credit, from short stories to novels, to epics, to criticism, to philosophy, to politics, to culture, to memoirs and biographies, to life experience, to travelogues, to plays, to children's literature, to screenwriting. Many of the films for which he has done screenplay or dialogues have won national level recognition and much more. C. J. Mohan has wielded his pen mightier than anyone else in the contemporary Indian literature. He may be writing in Tamil and Malayalam, but his works transcend beyond the narrow confines of regional aspirations. His Vain Marusu is an important milestone in Indian writing, both modern and pre-modern. A number of his works have been translated into several Indian languages, including English, and he is a recipient of Katha Samman EL Award from Tamil Literary Garden and the Tamil Perayam Award from SRM University, Chennai, among others. I welcome Sri B. J. Mohanji. And Sri Goreti Venkana Garu is an eminent Telugu poet, lyricist and folk singer, and he is the author of large number of poems and songs, and some of his songs and poems have been published in 4 volumes besides written lyrics of around 10 Telugu movies, and is not a commercial movie lyricist, but he composed songs for various movies and written over 45 songs in his career. And he is the recipient of Kalaratna Hamsa Award for Literature from AP State Government and Kaloji Narayan Rao Award from Telangana State Government. Also welcome Sri Goreti Venkana Garu. And friends, we have introduced in this year particularly, we can say it is an experiment also for the Sahitya Academy, a 1 hour session, a completely interaction with Professor Manoj Dasji with young writers. So you can have a direct interaction with him, question answers. He will address to you before, and after that you can interact with him. I will also introduce Professor Manoj Dasji, who is an eminent Odia and English writer and the fellow of Sahitya Academy. And his first book in Odia was published at the age of 14, and at 15 he launched Diganta, which in course of time grew into a significant literary journal in Odisha. Since then, he has more than 40 publications to his credit in different genres like novels, short story collections, poetry collections, travelogues, etc., and the foremost successful bilingual writer in the country. And he also edited a cultural magazine, The Heritage, published from Chennai, and had been a regular columnist on literary and cultural themes for some of major newspapers in India. And he delivered a number of prestigious lectures in India and abroad. He was the author consultant of Ministry of Education, Government of Singapore, appointed for taking classes of 100 of teachers. And he is the recipient of Padma Shri by the Government of India, Sahitya Academy Award, Saraswati Samman, Atipadi Jagannath Das Samman, Vapasi Award, First Sri Aurobindo Puraskar, Sarala Award, Sahitya Bharati Award, NTR National Literary Award, Odisha Sahitya Academy Award twice, Utkal Ratna, etc. While Berhampur University honored him with the status of Honorary Professor Emeritus, and he received D.Litt from 5 universities of Odisha. And presently, he teaches English literature and the philosophy of Sri Aurobindo at the Sri Aurobindo International Center of Education. With this, I once again welcome Jay Mohanji and Goreti Venkana Garu, and also all the dignitaries who are present here, Professor Sitam Sheshachandraji, Kamal Boraji, Professor Gopiji, and Jayant Narlikarji, and of course our fellow Professor Manoj Dasji. Now, would like to welcome the chief guest of this morning, B.J. Mohanji, with a packet of bouquets, because we stopped giving flowers unless it is an award function. Jay Mohanji, please address to this.
Good morning. I'm not going to deliver a big speech here. I'm very happy to see all the new poets in this. Good morning. I want to express only one idea in this stage for your thought. I'm writing a novel in Tamil named Ven Murasu. It's actually a re-narration of Mahabharata. It's a modern epic. 13 novels have been come out so far, about 12,000 pages. Earlier I have recreated a Tamil epic, Silappadigaram, as a novel called Kottavi. Before that, I wrote a novel, Vishnupuram, which is also a modern epic. It was a 1,000-year saga of imaginary temple town in Tamil Nadu. In a way, it was a metaphor for the history of Indian thought. And prior to that, I have written many short stories based on folk literature. One of the fundamental aspects of postmodern theory is remaking of tradition. The postmodern approach argues that culture and history are just another type of fiction. So it keeps on trying to create them in different perspectives. Alongside postmodern writing searches for something called sublime. It's a perspective that goes beyond logic. It tries to get there through trance, through sarcasm. One of its methods is to release fiction from the grip of contemporary politics, contemporary thought, contemporary dialogue. All just end up creating cliches. One could hope that to reach high only through throwing away such shackles. The literary technique for doing that is going to the past. When we choose traditional and folk literature and mythology out as our field, we create our own fiction in an entirely interior world. For a writer of a postmodern perspective, there is no difference between contemporary politics and Mahabharata politics. They are just different fiction landscapes, that's all. Lastly, metaphors propagate directly from literature to human subconscious. They germinate and grow there, and again come back to literature. Ancient dreams lie in them. The experience of meeting that they create can never be matched by any modern contemporary imaginary. The Hanuman style that burn Lanka shortens or lengthens as we want. While discussing such things in a meeting, one of my colleagues said, modern literature is about rescuing it from clutches of religion, but such writing is backed into religion. So, it was a major accusation against me that I am pulling modern literature back into religion. I was surprised. What is religion? To me, it's a collection of thousands of years of accumulated culture, history, myths, archetypes, and metaphors. Is literature possible at all by entirely avoiding it? I eagerly went back to modern Tamil poetry and meticulously studied our poetry tradition for the past 100 years. Surprisingly, it is true. Modern Tamil poetry entirely avoided our religion and culture for the past 100 years. I found that all modernists generally shared the notion that modern literature should be devoid of religion. There are two kinds of modernists, existentialists and Marxists. Both have shunned religion, and through that they have cast away the entire tradition and they have taken nothing from our past. But all this applies only to Hinduism and Indian traditions. I looked into modern Tamil poetry. Modern Tamil poetry is filled with Abrahamic religious references and Greek religious references. I noted that stories like Sisyphus, Narcissus comes from again and again. In modern Tamil poetry, the God-devil binary is always there. You can see devil at least in 1/10 of any poetry. We would not find Yama or Indra in modern poetry, but at least 1 in 10 poems will mention the devil. So it is the really shunning religion. Is it really shunning religion? No, this is just shunning away the native tradition only and adopting a different tradition unknowingly. How is this anyway modernism? Is modernism only merely starts following a different kind of writing or different kind of faith? This is the real problem. Or modern writing is turned into slavishness for Europe. Whatever that is, existentialists or Marxists gave us is in the name of novelty, but just imports from Europe. All their transgressive writing is merely a dash towards Europe. They called their pursuit of Marx or Freud as their seeking. But the great Indian writers existed before this era were so unlike them. Yes, Tagore, Bharati and Kumar Nasan were indebted to Europe. They took from Europe its liberal democratic ideals and naturalism. They took up new literary forms. They used these to analyze their own environment and to re-evaluate their own tradition. It was this basis Tagore wrote Chitrangada, Bharati wrote Panchali Sabadam, and Kumar Nasan wrote Chindavishaya Yasida. It was this approach that we have lost, that all the world's jnana should come here and they should help to refine our own knowledge. Nowadays, every young Indian writer looks at what it is being written in Europe and English, in English. They try to write same things out here. These days, our regional writing gets done in English. And there is also a lot of Indian English writing getting published. Among these, whatever that is favored by a European and American audiences get filtered. Only these words get promoted by our media in India as Indian writing. So next generation gets motivated to write the same way. So I want to present this case only. We are just neglecting our huge tradition and we are creating a new kind of modernism through Western images and Western mythology. I want to present this case only. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay Mohanji. In his very brief speech, he has mentioned many things and also addressed to the youth particularly. It is very relevant, whatever he mentioned, that I think youth will take in a good spirit and they will go in that direction. Now we have another guest in the inaugural, Boreti Venkan Garu. See, he is another icon from so-called Andhra Pradesh and now it is Telangana, but it belongs to Telugu language. From the childhood, he has stuck to his own mother tongue. He never learned any second language and he has become such a popular in both the states, Andhra and Telangana. And he never tried to learn, even though he was in Hyderabad, but he never tried to learn Hindi or another thing. And he is a folk singer as well. And he has so many reality shows in TV channels as well. And he promotes Telugu language through folk singing. So now I invite Sri Boreti Venkan Garu to address this August occasion. So he will speak very little, but he will perform a lot. I request Gopi Garu to translate whatever he says.
Thank you. పూజని అందరికీ నమస్కారం. నేను నిజంగా ట్రబుల్ ఫీల్ అవుతాను. నేను చాలా ప్రిమిటివ్. నేను అంటే సారీ శ్రీనివాసరావు అందరికీ నమస్కారం. నేను పాడతానంతే, రాయడం అంటే రాస్తాను. సాహిత్యం అనేది ఆ పెద్ద విషయాలు నాకు తెలియదు, హృదయ సంబంధం అని అనుకుంటాను. బతుకు జీవితం ప్రకృతి చల్లని పిల్లగాలి చక్కగా విచ్చుకున్న పూలు కెంపుతో ఉల్లసమాడ ఆకసంపు చిరునవ్వు వర్ణములు సాంద్రత గంధములు పున్నాగ దిరిశన గన్నేరు పుల్జిరల ఆకుపచ్చల లేత వగరు వాసన పోత గుబురుల కాత గురువేంద్రను పోత పరిమళ మొగ్గలు పల్లె బుగ్గన సుక్కలు పూసిన మొగలి పాదులోని రెక్కలు, ఇవన్నీ కూడా కవిత్వం. అది 30 ఏళ్ళు నిండని 30 ఏళ్ళు నిండక ముందు ముడతలున్న పేదలు, 40 ఏళ్ళు నిండక ముందు నొసటి మీద గీతలు, అదృష్ట రేఖల, అది నేను పాటలోకి వస్తాను. అట్లా అవన్నీ కూడా ప్రేరణ. దాంతోపాటు మహాకవులు లచ్చల విశ్వనాథ మొదలుకొని శ్రీశ్రీ, దాశరథి, కృష్ణశాస్త్రి, కేశవరెడ్డి, చాలామంది, గోపి గారు, వీళ్ళందరి ప్రభావం, గద్దర్, చాలా ఇష్టంగా నాజరు, వీళ్ళందరితో కృష్ణశాస్త్రి నాకు మొట్టమొదటి ప్రభావితం చేసిన కవి. నన్ను ఇటు రాయొచ్చు అని చెప్పింది. అందుకని నేను చాలాసారి తెలుగులో వచ్చి ఇక్కడ మాట్లాడుతూ నేను పాడతాను. పాడొచ్చు కదా?
పక్షి గోరెటి వెంకన్న is a household name among Telugu people, and is a great performer. Now he is a folk singer with depth of feeling and contemporary ideas also. Now he sings about a sparrow. A sparrow with a piece of grass, dry grass, a small stick, a little branch of tree, a tiny nest. But it is very happy. How small the bird is and how great. But what about man? Like a man, the sparrow need not go to school and need not go to hospital. But the man is a creature, is an insignificant creature before the bird. So please let us listen to his song about a bird. Venkanna.
O pulla, o puduka, o pulla, o puduka, endu gaddi, sinna komma, sitti goodu, pitte batuke, ento hai. Sigurutaku vagaru puta, sigurutaku vagaru puta, leta pinda, tipi pandu, noti kandi, sintaleka, kunuku dise, pakshi batuke, saukyamu ee pulla. Small stick,
Yes.
small nest,
Yes.
small
Branch.
branch. O pulla, o puduka, endu gaddi, sinna komma, sitti goodu, pitte batuke, ento hai. సిగురుటాకు వగరపూత లేత పింద తీపి పండు నోటి కంది సింతలేక కునుకు తీసే పక్షి బతుకే సౌఖ్యమోయి పూటకుంటే అంతే చాలు ఆస్కా చెల్లెతో బస్ పూటకుంటే అంతే చాలు రేపు ఎట్లనే ధ్యాస లేదు నో వరీ టుమారో బట్లర్ ఇంగ్లీష్ ప్లీజ్ పూటకుంటే అంతే చాలు రేపు ఎట్లనే ధ్యాస లేదు దాసుకునటి గుణము లేదు నో సేవింగ్ దాసుకునటి గుణము లేదు లోబితనము ఎరుక లేదు పిస్నార్ మైజర్ని లోబితనము ఎరుక లేదు ఈ తత్వవేత్తలు తరచు చూసిన నరులకున్న ఈర్ష అనువంత సైతం పిట్టకు లేదు పుల్లా ఒప్పుడుకా జెండు గడ్డి సీకటైతే ఒదిగిపోయి వేకువానే నిదురలేసి బ్రహ్మీ ముహూర్తం ఇట్ డస్ నాట్ నో కరెక్ట్ టైం బ్రహ్మీ ముహూర్తం వేదాసు కూర్చున్నాయి మాను సీకటైతే ఒదిగిపోయి వేకువానే నిదురాలేసి గాలిలోన ఈదుకుంటా గగన మంచులా తేలుకుంటా కొండ కోనలు దాటుకుంటా కొమ్మరెమ్మన వాలుకుంటా ఎల్ల వింతలు కళ్ళ చూసిన ఏది తనకు మురిపమనక ఎల్ల వింతలు కళ్ళ చూసిన ఎక్కడా నాగదెందుకో తానల్లుకున్న గూటిలకొచ్చి పున్నమి వెన్నెలనేగాంచును తానల్లుకున్న గూటిని కూడా పిల్లలెదిగినాక తాను ఒల్లనాని వెళ్ళిపోతది పుల్లా ఓ పుడుక పాలపిట్ట తీతువమ్మ రామసిలుక పాలపిట్ట తీతువమ్మ రామసిలుక వెడల గువ్వ తెల్ల కొంగ పావురాయి గోరువంక సగన పాలపిట్ట బ్లూ బర్డ్ ప్యారెట్ రామసిలుక తీతువమ్మ తెల్ల కొంగ క్రోన్ వైట్ కొంగ ఏమి పాలపిట్ట తీతువమ్మ గోరువంక విడల గువ్వ పావురాయి నరుడు పెట్టిన పేరు తప్ప తమకు ఊరు పేరు లేదు గ్యామనే నామే నరుడు इसको बोलते हो पालपिट्टा इसको बोलते हैं ऐसा ये गोरे टेंकरम्मा क्या है कुछ नहीं पालपिट्टा तीतुवम्मा గోరువంక రామసిలుక నరుడు పెట్టిన పేరు తప్ప తమకు ఊరు పేరు లేదు ఆ పేరు కోసం ఉనికి కోసం क्या बोलती అంటే मेरा नाम होना एग्जिस्टेंस का यहाँ आइडेंटिटी मेरा होना मेरा फेमस होना मैं पॉपुलर होना कुछ नहीं కూర్చునే నరుడు పెట్టిన పేర్లు తప్ప తమకు ఊరు పేరు లేదు. ఆ పేరు కోసం ఉనికి కోసం ఈ సమంతా రాటము లేదు. పుల్లా ఓ పుడుక ఎండుగడ్డి చిన్న కొమ్మ. చదువు నేర్పే సాలే లేదు. దెర్ ఇస్ నో స్కూల్. అంటే బట్టలు దేకో ఇసుక స్కూల్నే. చదువు నేర్పే సాలే లేదు, బోధ చేసే గురువు లేడు. బోధ కర్నేకే ప్రొఫెసర్ జినే, టీచర్ బినే. బోధ చేసే గురువు లేడు, వణుకు ఉడితే ఉడుకు లేదు. చలి అయితే శీతల్ గాలి అయితే శీతల్ హవా అయితే గరంనే. చదువు నేర్పే సాలె లేదు, బోధ చేసే గురువు లేడు, వణుకు ఉడితే ఉడుకు లేదు, రోగం వస్తే మందు లేదు. అన్ని ఉన్నాయన్న నరుడు, అన్ని ఉన్నాయన్న నరుడు, ఆశలోభం వెంటాడంగా ఏమి లేని పిట్టె సెంతకు, ఏమి లేని పిట్టె సెంతకు చేరి జాతకం అడుగుతుండు.
Thank you, Venkana. Another song about a gypsy life, Sanchara Jivita. How unique is a Sanchara life, Venkana? We need not explain each word. The spirit.
నా టైం కరెక్ట్ ఫాలో అయితే నేను.
సంచార జీవితం.
సంచారమే ఎంత బాగున్నది, దీనంతా ఆనందమేదున్నది, దీనంతా ఆనందమేదున్నది. ఇల్లు పళ్ళు లేని ముల్లె మూట లేని, వెంబడించే వెర్రి జ్ఞాపకాలు లేని సంచారమే. సేదదీరా చెరువు కట్టున్నది, నీడ కోసం సింత చెట్టున్నది, జోలను పే గాలి పిట్టున్నది, గుర్తులేని గుడ్డి నిదురున్నది, బరువు దిగిన గుండె బలె ఉన్నది. సంచారం ఎంతో బాగున్నది. సిప్పోలే మోదుగు దొప్పున్నది, సిటారు కొమ్మన తేనె పట్టున్నది, జోపితే జోరైన తీపున్నది, రూపులేనా కలి చూపున్నది, ఆకలంత దృష్టమేదున్నది. సంచారమే కిరీటమేమో భారమే ఉన్నది, దాన్ని కిందేసితే బరువు లేకున్నది. చెప్పులు దిగిపోయిన మేలున్నాయి, ముళ్ళ తుప్పలేవో తెలిసిపోతున్నవి, కాలి మట్టి కేదమయమున్నది, తేళ్లు పురుగులు తొలగిపోతున్నవి. సంచారమే ఎంతో బాగున్నది. ఊరు ఊరికి దారులేరున్నవి, పండు వండిన జాన పండ్లున్నవి, తెంపుకుంటే నోటికింపున్నవి, సేదు గింజల్లేవదాగున్నవి, నవిల కొద్దీ తీపినిస్తున్నవి, దారి బద్దెం కరువు లేకున్నది, రాలి పడ్డవి రాసులుగానున్నవి. సంచారమే అయ్య ఊరి ఊరికి దారులేరున్నవి, ఊటలోలే బాటలొస్తున్నవి, బాట పక్కన పూత వింతున్నది, తోవ ఎంత నడిసిన విసిగే లేకున్నది, గాలి గంధామై వస్తున్నది, కాలిగుంటే కడుపు నింతున్నది. సంచారమే మంచుతో మెరిసేటి కొండున్నది, మైమలాతో వెంట సెవ్విన్నది, అంచుకోతే సలి తంతున్నది, కొంచెం ఎడము పోతెన ఏదో మేలున్నవి, మురిపాల మెరుపులు అడ్డున్నవి, దాటిపోతే నడక తీరే వేరున్నది, దాటిపోతే నడక వేరున్నది. ఈ సంచారమే పారేటి ఎన్నెల ఏరున్నది, స్వారికేమో పడవ సైగున్నది, పరువున్న వారైతే పరువన్నది, లేకుంటేనే లేడి పరుగన్నది, పైనవన్నీ వదులుకొమ్మన్నది, పైరగాలి దరిపిపోతున్నది. సంచారమే సంచారమే.
థ్యాంక్ యూ వెంకన్న.
Thank you, Venkatan garu. Friends, at this time having a folk singer in this kind of writers meet, because our festival this time we have our theme is folk and oral literature, so that is why we have introduced the folk element in all our activities. Thank you once again. And for folk, there is no barrier of language that we must have understood now. I thank Jay Mohanji and also Gorati Venkarnaji for their wonderful presentations and also addressing these young writers. Now we have a poetry reading session in the inaugural event. We have a poets from English, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Malayalam, Urdu languages. So I request all the poets to read at least one poem in their mother tongue, and the rest will be in translation, but all together it should not be more than 8 to 10 minutes. So I request my colleague Renumohan to conduct that session, and I request both of them to take their chairs in the front row.